Hey everybody, Steve here, and today is the first video in a series of videos, a vlog of our travels, the varied life, and how we're doing something a little bit out of the ordinary compared to most people our age. Now, I'm almost 56 years old, and usually about that time, people are still working. You're working towards retirement. You're going to retire at about 65, maybe 67 years old, 70 years old. You know, when you can start drawing Social Security. Most people our age have, they have a house, they got a little bit of land, they might take some vacations maybe once a year or something, you know, and we were kind of on that track. Then what happened is our daughter got stationed here, and she invited us out here. She said, hey, why don't you guys move out here? And we kind of, you know, we definitely wanted to visit Oahu. We never thought we'd ever come to Hawaii. But when she brought up that opportunity to where we didn't have to pay for rent or utilities or any of that stuff, we were like, hey, let's jump on this. Now, we've been able to enjoy Hawaii for over a year, and now is the next step of our journey. And we're going to be retiring overseas, at least that's the plan, but I'm not going to tell you where we're going to go just yet. Let's talk about why we want to retire overseas. So let's hit that up. So what are the reasons why people would want to retire overseas? Well, for us, it kind of comes down to two things. The first thing being expenses. As we know, being a human being, you're going to have to live someplace. You're going to pay a mortgage. You're going to pay rent. You got to pay for food, insurance, utilities. Taxes is there's always taxes, always taxes. So we have all of these living expenses, and these expenses tend to go up over time. We definitely know that from being in the United States. We're in southern Colorado. We always shopped for good deals. We got good deals on our vehicles. We got a great deal on our house, 4,000 square foot house. But we noticed that the property taxes were it kept going up by about $100 every single year. And to the point of where it was like almost $1,800. And we're like, you know what, maybe we could be able to retire overseas, because you watch the videos on YouTube and social media, and you see people that are paying half of what they're paying in the United States for housing or medical care or food and other expenses. And so I think that was a big draw. And I think the prime mover behind that, not just because of the expenses are reduced, but because it allows you to retire early rather than later. Now, the road that the wife and I were on, we were both working, we were paying our mortgage, we were, you know, doing all the things, and the insurance and food and bills and et cetera, et cetera. And to the point of where we would have to work until we were like 67, 70 years old. Then we would draw out Social Security, and then we'd be able to retire and take some trip, you know, here or there. The problem is when you're that old, you don't know what your physical condition is going to be. So your options on what you can do during those golden years is limited. And so that didn't really appeal to us. So we decided that we were going to retire overseas, and that had kind of been floating around in our head. And then there was an interruption that happened. Our daughter got stationed here in Oahu, and she invited us to come out, live here for a while, and enjoy Hawaii, which is awesome. We're in downtown Honolulu. I can walk down to Waikiki in about 20 minutes, go to Ala Moana Beach in like 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. Awesome place. You know, dolphins and rainbows and whales, and just enjoy everything that this place has to offer. So that kind of was like, hey, let's do that, because we thought we'd never be able to visit Hawaii. So kudos and awesome thanks to our daughter who invited us out here so that we didn't have to pay for, you know, utilities or rent or any of that stuff. We helped with home cooked meals and laundry. So it was kind of a good trade-off. But with that being said, we've been here a year, and now it's time to go overseas. So with those two main reasons, the reduced living expenses and the opportunity to draw out or have more golden years than if we waited, was kind of a big draw for us. So now the question is, where are we going to retire? And here it is. I know. Korea doesn't, when you go on YouTube and you see the videos, you got people going to Costa Rica and Puerto Rico or Belize or Thailand or, the Philippines, all of these places are great. But rarely do you see somebody saying, hey, we are selling everything and we're taking 2 suitcases and a carry-on and we're going to retire in Korea. That's because Korea doesn't have as flexible of retirement visas as those other countries that I mentioned. And I know that's kind of difficult. You'd think Korea would want to do more tourist activities to bring more money into the country, but then, that's just the way they are. But with us, it allows us the opportunity because my wife is a Korean citizen. She became a U.S. citizen, and now when we go back to Korea, she can file for an F visa, an F4 visa, and then I can get an F1 visa under her that will allow us to stay in Korea for the long term and enjoy everything that Korea has to offer. We sold everything lock, stock, and barrel. We have reduced expenses, reduced property taxes, and so that's kind of the draw of setting up a home base in Korea. Now, property taxes, like for example, we had a 4,000 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2.5 bath. That was about 1 full bath, 5-piece bath, master suite. We had another full bathroom and then a little powder room. But yeah, our property tax on that when we sold our house was about $1,700. In Korea, we're looking at a 3-bedroom, 2-bath apartment, kind of like a condo setup, and the property tax is about $250. So yeah, you can see there's a big difference. Now with the recession that's going on, pretty much everywhere has an increase of goods and services, but it's much less in Korea than it is in the United States where we were in southern Colorado. So anyway, that's kind of the draw for us of retiring in Korea. It will give us a home base, and that will allow us to go back to Thailand and visit, to go to Japan and Vietnam, Cambodia, the Philippines and Bali. Definitely want to go visit Bali. But that will give us time to travel, draw out those golden years a little bit longer, enjoy each other's company, make some memories like we did here in Oahu. And then, maybe if we decide to settle down and retire in Vietnam for a while, for a number of years, we can do that. Or if we go someplace for a number of years and then we say, you know what, let's go to Bali or let's go to Thailand. Maybe we just retire in Korea, and then during the winter months, we go to Bali, or we go to, Chiang Mai up in Thailand. That would be kind of cool. There's just a lot of different opportunities, and I think that's kind of the added benefit of retiring early and settling down overseas, whether it's in Asia or Europe, because of all the different countries, neighboring countries that you can visit, and you can vacation, you can consider full retirement in those places or not. But eventually, you're going to settle down somewhere. So at least we're going to take that opportunity to travel, do things together, make some memories, and hopefully have a good time. Okay, so that's going to be it. This is vlog number 1. We finished that up, and I think in number 2, the follow-up video, I think what we'll end up doing is we'll talk about how was it stressful to sell everything and put everything in a couple suitcases and come out and leave? What did you do for finances? What did you do? How did you even sell everything? And some other details. So we'll do that on the next video. And then the video after that, because we only have a few days left here, is we'll do vlog number 3, which will be the plane ride. So we'll leave from Honolulu and we'll fly to Incheon, Korea, and give you the premium business class seats and show you what Asiana Airlines has to offer, and for the long 10 or 11 hour flight going to Incheon. All right, so anyway, that's going to be it. Take care, and we'll see you on the next video. Varied life. Peace.